What's up, guys? Welcome back to Liberty Youth Ministries, and thanks for joining us for our Why series. Today's question is one that's really been on my mind a lot lately, and it's probably crossed your mind once or twice over the last couple weeks. That question is, why is there hate? Whether you're watching this video today on June 6, 2020, or if you're watching it 10 years from now, you've probably experienced the hate that clouds this world. In fact, it's inevitable you have. So today we're going to look at what God says about this hate and what we're called to do as Christians. Throughout the history of man, we've seen examples of hate. Hate and injustice have been around almost as long as humanity has. Back in the second generation of humanity, we saw Cain kill his brother Abel. We've seen slavery throughout human history. We've seen the mass murder and genocide. We've seen every single murder, every single theft, every single bit of gossip that's told against someone. Just to name a few examples of the hate that's so prevalent in this world. And all too often, it's not logical, it's incomprehensible. So why does this hate exist? Well, plainly, the world is under the influence of Satan. 1 John 5:19 says, "We know that we are children of God, and that this world is under the control of the evil one." Satan, with that power, seeks to destroy and divide because he wants us to doubt our God. Satan is the ruler of darkness. And there is no darkness in the presence of God. So Satan seeks to destroy our relationship with God. He seeks to get us off of that path. He tries to get us to forget to walk by faith and to live of our own accord because it spreads darkness. So what does God say about all this hate and anger and injustice? God says just trust Him. In the Bible, 365 different times, God says, do not be afraid. He's telling us over and over and over just to trust Him. And He also tells us He has a plan for us. Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans for hope and a future." He just says to trust Him. So it can be confusing when we believe in one thing and we see so much of the opposite in the world around us. When we believe in light and we see so much darkness, when we believe in love and we see so much hate, when we believe in good and we see so much evil. But God tells us we weren't made to fit in. He tells us in Genesis 1:27 that He created all of us. Every single one of us was made in the image of God. He says, "So God created mankind in His own image. In the image of God He created them. Male and female He created them." How awesome is it to know that we were made in the image of the Almighty and the perfect God. But God also tells us that we're not of this world. Romans 12:2 says, "Do not conform to the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind." He also tells us we're the salt and the light of the earth in Matthew 5:13-16. He tells us we're the house built on a hill for all to see. As Christians, we're called to be the light of the world, to be the example of morality in the image of the love of God on this earth. And we can do that because we have hope. We're looking forward to a day with no more pain, no more hurt, no more injustice, no more unfairness, no more evil, and no more hate. Revelation 21:4 says, "He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away." But for now, we're still on this earth, and we're called to love one another. Now, that doesn't mean that we sit idly by when we see wrong in the world, but that we encourage each other in our walk with Christ, that we forgive one another, that we help others understand what God's Word says, and that we delight in the truth. John 13:34 says, "A new commandment I give to you, love one another as I have loved you." And God even defines this love. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7 says, "Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always preserves. Jesus is the ultimate example. He came to die for us, despite our sin, because he loved us so greatly. He came into a world full of hate and darkness, but chose to be different and love us unconditionally. He loved those who stood against him, and out of love, he died for all of us so that we could be saved.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, go and hit the like button, and while you're down there, go and subscribe to the channel too.
And check us out on social media, links in the description below.